Good morning. Good morning. This is Stacy. Welcome to Tea Time. How are you doing? It's Saturday. It's early. You're probably already out and about, or maybe not. Maybe you're just laying in bed or walking around in your bed slippers. I don't know what you're doing. I mean, I'm still in my bed slippers. It's that kind of Saturday. Today's episode is just going to be really nice and juicy and easy because your hostess with the mostess is healing from hangover. That is a thing. Um, I am healing from hangover. I actually came up with um, a remedy of sorts. I'm still on the remedy journey. Even my tea this morning is a part of that remedy. So I'm doing herbal tea so that I can navigate all the things that are going on in my body because we me go out last night, girls' night out, and there is drinks and music and dancing and a whole heap of laughing and things. And so this morning I have got to take it slow. Like I don't even have a choice. I don't even have a choice. But it's good because that means that life is lifing and we're still here and we're still able to enjoy ourselves, and I'm grateful for that. I can't tell you how many persons in the last just couple of weeks I've just been hearing all these different stories about people passing on before them time, young people who are just married, people, all kind of things. So I'm just like, you know what, let me just enjoy my life and make sure that I'm connecting with my people and make sure that I am spending time with the people that I value. Don't just get lost in all of the work. Because that's another thing is that we tend to just get lost in work. We're on the grind and we're a hustle and we don't enjoy our lives. We don't connect with our friends. We don't connect with our people. Hey TikTok, what's up? I hope you can hear me because last week we had all kinds of drama. You couldn't hear me. So today we're going to be talking all the tea. I'll actually give you I'll tell you how I'm getting over my hangover from last night. Because last night, whew, all kind of things. I'm gonna need them to hurt me because the amount of soca, this and reggae wine and go down and all kind of it's like, oh my God, Stacey, you're getting too old for this. Like, you can't be doing all the stuff. You just can't. You can't. Anyway, I had a great time last night, but like right around 4 o'clock this morning, I mean, granted, I had only been sleeping for a couple of hours, but right around 4 o'clock this morning, guys, my head, literally the hangover wake me up, out of sleep. The hangover wake me up. I'm a massage my head, I do all kind of something. And I was like, I'm not taking Panadol because I feel like if you take the Panadol on top of everything, it just not supposed to go. So I feel like my body that going on some kind of shock. So I said, I'm not do that. I'm just not doing that. So what I did instead was I started to meditate. Can you believe it? I started to meditate. I started to tell my mind that I am not my body and all of things. Anyway, it never worked. The meditation never worked. It never worked. My head was just like pounding, like somebody was hammering my head. Okay. That's what it was. It was a pounding headache. That's what I had. I had a pounding headache. I wasn't regretting any of the fun though, I'll tell you that. I was really happy that I had gone out and had some fun. But I was having a pounding headache. And then I decided, okay, I'm gonna just wait until I got myself out of bed and then I was gonna take a warm shower. So I did the warm shower. I just stood under the water and let the water just run down my back, right? And that started to ease some of the pressure. And then I had some water. I have my water bottle right by my bedside, and I had some water. And after that, I decided I was going to do some yoga for my head because my body just feel like my stomach wasn't upset. I wasn't feeling like throwing up. I've never been that girl that's like had throw up. hangovers. Okay, it was just not, no. But the warm shower, and I moved slowly. I just take my time. I wasn't like rushing around the room. I just moved slowly. I kept my eyes kind of low. And then I got on my yoga mat. I literally got on my yoga mat and I started just doing some stretches, because what happens is your headache is caused by tension in your head. So I decided I was going to just take my time and just give my body some love, and it really helps. So I still do have some of the headache, guys. I'm going to be honest. But I decided I was coming to do tea time. I'm coming over here because nothing's happened this week. Nothing's happened this week. I will have to talk about the things. What if things happened this week? I'm going to talk about the things. How was your week? What are you drinking for your tea? See my tea here. My tea has to be hangover friendly. So after the gin and tonic and the margarita and all of the things, then mix up. The tea have to be herbal. You should not drink coffee when you have a hangover, or even black tea. When you have a hangover, don't drink coffee or black tea, because the caffeine is just more toxins in your body. And what your body is trying to do is it's trying to process the toxins that you put in it. So the tea I'm drinking this morning is freshly cut ginger, mashed up ginger with lemon, right? Squeeze a lemon. We did want a lemon slice. Miss Felicia. Yeah, I have my lemon slice. All right, Miss Felicia, I can bring a lemon slice in. Um, Lemon slice and honey, because it's just like soothing to the body, soothing to the stomach. Because say you put one bag of alcohol and things in there, your stomach want to feel soothed. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you very much. Let me get my lemon slice. Look, hey, let me get my lemon slice. Yeah. So you want your tummy to feel soothed. You want your whole body to feel soothed, because anyway. So last night was a whole thing, guys, a whole vibe. Went out. I haven't done it in a long time. Went out with my girlfriends and just kind of connected. And I have a lot of girlfriends. So to just meet up with a couple people every now and again is nice. And then on Thursday, I had tea with another friend. Came over for tea. That was just great. I had a whole tea party, like with the little cucumber sandwiches and all the things. I was doing it. Guys. But the week was challenging. I actually did a TikTok about Mondays and it never posts. So I have to wait, because it's a literally TikTok about Mondays. So I have to wait until Monday to post it. But you guys can look out for it, right? But by the time we got to Thursday, I literally was putting out TikToks about people you are not alone. If you look on my page, you will see I did a TikTok about not being alone, because that's kind of what this week felt like. This week, the pressure was just so high. When you're in a situation where the pressure just on you and you just feel like you just can't manage, whether it's relationship pressure or money pressure. Oh my God, that money pressure, right? Or work pressure. You're at work and something not going right, or things not going right, maybe a project or your situation not going right, and it's just a whole heap of pressure on you, and you just feel like you're by yourself. You just feel like you are by yourself, and that can happen a lot. I understand it, because this week in particular, I felt it. I would say I don't always feel like I'm by myself, because I do this kind of work. I'm a mindset coach. So in this space of coaching and of helping other people, I don't usually feel like, I'm by myself. I used to a long time ago. And I'll tell you a story about that. You know, but what you have to understand is you have to know that you are supported. And that's the whole point of today's show, is that when you're feeling the pressure the most, that is the time where you have to just know that you are supported. And the tea, that's why we do tea time, guys. So I can drink some tea and feel good about myself. So make sure I have a tea before I start talking. Please make sure you get your tea so that you can just ease into your morning with me. Oh, Yes, yes, I can feel the hangover. My life is a movie now, guys. I really feel like I could have made a movie, honestly, especially after last night. Last night, the things was just turn up. We can't share the videos on TikTok. Cannot share. Cannot share the videos. Anyway, so sometimes when you are in challenging situations, it can feel like you're there by yourself, right? And life feels very lonely when it's like that. You know, um, story time, right? When I was in my single mom dom, right? Like, I mean, I was married and everything, and then, it never worked out, got through divorce, but I have three kids and it's three young children I have. I had three young children at the time. I mean, now they're teenagers and whatever, but when I was just out of my divorce, it was me and my three kids, and I was in the middle of fighting cancer and just dealing with a whole heap of things at the time. I was living in Canada at that time because I moved a lot. So I'd moved from the US and I was living in Canada, and Canada cool, bad, just like, and it requires a lot of living supplies. So it's like you live in Jamaica, you pretty much have one kind of weather. When you're here in Kingston or here in Jamaica, period, you have one type of weather. The predominant weather is warm. And you might get a little cold here and there, and you draw for your sweater or you draw for your jacket. But when you live in a place like Canada, you're talking extreme weather. And so you have to have snow tires so you can drive around. You have to have different types of layers of clothing. And then me now, as an individual person, and I have three children, and I have cancer treatment and all these doctor's appointments and all of these different types of clothing and just whole heap of things I have to be buying and stuff like that. I mean, there were some times, guys, when I don't even know how I put food on the table. It's just like money was so tight. I was in a ton of debt. I owe everybody money. And I remember one night my youngest daughter got sick, middle of the night, and like some 3 o'clock in the morning. And my choice was wake up the other two kids, my son and my other daughter, or just grab Victoria and go to the emergency room because she was burning up. Like there was no way I could have cooled her down. I tried everything. I gave her the children's medicine. I gave her the cold bath, and she was crying, and she just little bit and sad. And and I didn't have any money. I mean, my tank was on low, low, low. I mean, I was just like, literally, I had enough gas in the car, I think, to take me to work the next day. And I was going to ask my friend to buy gas for me. That's how bad it was, guys. And when I tell you the baby's sick and I have to jump with her in the car, I'm going into the car and it has snow. And it has snow, it has snow, it has snow. I don't know where this hospital is. I'm trying to follow the GPS. And by the time I reach the hospital, guys, I was just crying. I run inside with her and tell me to wait, whatever. I was waiting for hours and hours and hours. And while I was there in the hospital waiting room, I think about the hospital bill when I have to pay. I'm just a cry. I just sit down and I'm just crying and I'm rocking her and I'm just like, why am I going through this by myself? I don't have no help. I don't have no, it's like those are the thoughts that are in my mind. I don't have no help. And I don't know if it's my tears or if it's just God intervention or if it's just mercy, because it's like as I was sitting there waiting for help, Victoria just, it's like our whole body temperature just start adjust. Our whole body temperature just start adjust. And I'm rocking and I'm crying and I'm like, just my God, I just feel like I am by myself. Why am I going through this? And after sitting there for 3 hours, guys, I just picked up my child and I went home. And I kept her in the bed with me. And I used the cold thing, them tell it to use a cold rag and whatever else. And it passed. And in the morning, is like, I don't know how to explain, like this light bulb went off because I spent the night kind of blaming my ex-husband. Like in my mind, I was like blaming him, like, oh, he's not here and I'm not helping and I'm not, I was doing that and feeling very sorry for myself, feeling very sorry for myself and feeling very by myself. And I say, you know what, though? It's like after going through that experience, like you're in the fire of pressure, it's like you're in the pressure of the pressure cooker. That morning when I sat down by myself and I decided I was going calling to work and just keep Victoria home and just stay home with her, it's like something click in my head and say, but my girl, you can't go out like this, because you are what they have. You are the person that was up with them last night. You are the person that was taking the child to the hospital. You are the person that the other two, you're gonna make breakfast for them in a little while and send them off. And there is something inside of you that is giving you the ability to do that. You wake up this morning, you have breath in your body, your heart a beat, your lungs are thing, your brain a function. You have little milk and cereal in the cupboard, you can give them breakfast. You have love in your heart, you can love your child. You never even get the doctor them for help you, just the tears from your eyes and the love in your heart. She feel that energy clearly because you were sat there for 3 hours waiting for a doctor. You never saw the doctor. And she laid there and she started to feel better. So in that moment, it's like a light bulb went off. And I realized that I'm really never alone. I am never alone. No matter what the circumstances, no matter how much people you have around you that you feel are not helping you in this moment, you recognize that just by yourself, the mere fact that you have life in your body means that there is something, a force greater than what you are experiencing as an individual that is keeping you going. It's the same thing that makes the sun come up every morning. The same energy, the same force, whatever it is that keeps us going. And I know I don't want to get into the religious side of it, but guys, we live on a living planet. I tell people this all the time, that we don't recognize that we live on a living thing and it is spinning. And somehow we live on a living thing that is spinning and we're not losing our balance and going crazy and whatever else. Like that whole system requires a very intentional thing to keep it. And that's what keeps you going. So even when other people in your life not showing up for you, you still have support. You still have God's support in keeping you going. Even if you can't feel it, you can't see it. Even for people who don't believe in God. Like literally, if you're an atheist, there is still something that's keeping everything going. And no matter what you believe, like it's just the facts. It's just the facts. Right? So when that light bulb went off, like, yo, my girl, you're not time to feel sorry for yourself. There's no time to feel sorry for yourself because ultimately there is something greater than you that is in operation here and something greater than you that is keeping you going. So you need to lean on that and stop feeling sorry for yourself and stop letting other people dictate how you feel about your life. Because that's what happens, guys. What happens is we allow our dependency or our need for other people. Like, you trust somebody to help you with something and then them just flop you and you feel like you can't do the thing again because the person flop you. No, that's not the case. I mean, even when I think back to Another one of my clients, you know, she have somebody that she went into business with her, like good friend, went into business with them, and had a whole big dream, a big idea, making all these plans for how much money they're going to make and all the different things. And she's working at it. And then it's like she's working at the thing, building out this situation, building out the business, doing her part of the thing. And she realizing that the person that she's now brought on to help her build out is not on the same path. It's like she's thinking this is what we're going to be creating. And the person is like thinking, yeah, okay, we can do that in another few years. And she's like, no, but this is for next year. And she's like, oh no, that's not the agenda. No, I can't. And then now she started to lose her mind because she's like, but I thought we were in this together. I thought we were going to be building the same thing. And the co-person, the co-founder was like, yeah, just this is how I think we should do it. And she's like, but that's going to take us 10 times longer. And she's like, yes, that's okay. I'm okay with that. No, in that moment, you that thing says fight. Because after you don't invest all this money, you invest all this energy, and then now the same person that is supposed to be working along your side, somehow you decide, say, no, my timeline and your timeline is different. We got different timelines, boo. I'm over here relaxed, chilling. Maybe because maybe the co-founder had other money. I never got into that part with my clients. I don't know what exactly it was that happened, why she and the co-founder was on different timelines, but they ended up having to dissolve the partnership because she was just like, okay, your timeline different. I go and press gas. And I know that when I press gas, the right people are going to come alongside, because it was either she go and press gas and keep going, or she go and quit the dream, which for some people, that's what you do. That's what you do, some of you. Because you had a dependency on your co-founder or your partner, you decide that you're going to quit the dream because that person is no, and you get vexed and you stay in vexation mode. And the only person that is being impacted by that vexation mode is you. Because them, all right. Yeah. So all that to say, guys, that sometimes you may feel like you're alone, but you're not. And sometimes when persons that you are dependent on in your mind's eye to give you access to your dream or to support you or to create a dream together, whatever it is, sometimes that person and you are not going to be on the same page. Sometimes it requires you to split from that person if you love yourself and your dream enough. Because there is also that sometimes you're afraid to step out on your own until the right people come along. Okay? So you can't get stuck in feeling sorry for yourself. You can't. You have to make sure that you are leveraging the mindset that you have. You have to make sure that you are leveraging the heart, the power that is within you to get to your dream. You can't sit around waiting. Like, I teach manifestation. If you go back, you'll see that I have some clips on manifestation on my channel, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on TikTok. But manifestation does not happen without action. You're not just going to lay in your bed dreaming and then it just knocks on your door. Although that has happened sometimes too. But I'm talking about the real stuff. You got to do some work. You got to get up. You got to exercise. Like literally, like me this week, I actually did a post about it because I'm here waiting for my carnival body to show up. I'm waiting for it to show up. And I'm waiting for it to show up while being sat not exercising and drinking water. Well, can I tell you, as at this week, I have been walking around with my water bottle and filling it up every day. I think I've done 2 days where I drink the whole water that's in the bottle. But honestly, guys, part of the challenge that we have is that we sit around waiting for the right thing to show up. And I think I've told the story about before about the man waiting to be rescued. Nobody's coming to rescue you. No one is saving you from your own life. And even if you're a Christian, God is not saving you. That's not the way it works. Okay? You have to know that you may be an individual, but you're not alone. But the power that you need to move forward, to create an intention, to build a dream, to make your marriage work, to raise great kids, that is already inside of you. Stop looking for it outside. Stop looking for it in your boss. Stop looking for your job to make it possible for you to do the things you want to do in life. You have to find strength in yourself when other people are disappointing you. And then you can decide whether you're going to stick around and keep company with the same people that are disappointing you. You can decide that. You can decide, well, how much do I love myself? How much do I love myself? Am I going to just stick around and make people just take advantage of me? You can decide that part. But you also, before you decide whether you're going to stick around with those persons or not, you also get to decide that you're going to do something about it. Let me tell you something, man. You see that morning when I was sat there after I nursed my baby back to health? And I realized that no one was coming to save my ass. It's like this, it's like another level in my brain got unlocked. Honestly. And instead of me wallowing in now being a single mother, living in a country that's not easy to live in, dealing with all kind of weather and all kind of new financial responsibilities that I didn't have before, because Canada is not cheap. It's like the gravity of the moment just got me awake. Talk about being woke. It's like I woke up to the fact that my life is now different. I'm no longer a married woman living in a big house with a husband that is helping me to do it. No, I am a single mother of 3 children and I got to figure it out. I got to get my stuff together and I have to take care of myself and I have to take care of my kids. I got to get up, I got to work. I got to manage my money better so I can support myself and them better. Right? We've all had moments where we felt like the weight of the world was on our shoulders. And when you feel like that, you feel like nobody else can understand. Nobody sees you, and you're even ashamed to talk about it. You're ashamed to tell people that you cannot put gas in your car. You're ashamed to tell people that you don't know how you're going to put food on the table. You feel shame. And you feel like you're the only person that's going through it. Right? But what I want to say to you guys is that when you have the clarity that every human has some kind of burden that they have to navigate, when you have the clarity that everything in life, every problem in life has a solution for it, you'll recognize that isolation is actually an illusion. You are not alone, right? Loneliness often isn't the truth. It may just be a signal that you need to seek connection. Maybe you need to seek connection with somebody or something to help you through your challenging moments. See somebody here saying on TikTok, Sammy, yes, I remember when I lived with my ex and I had to get up and leave. You just get to a point. It's like you just get to a point in your mind. almost like you were asleep. And then sometimes it's the slightest thing, guys. Sometimes it's the slightest thing. Maybe something that he's always done or she's always been doing. And it's just this one time. And it's like a lock. Like you put a key in a lock and it goes off and you hear it click. And you just, another level just open in your life and you just step away from the situation that you're in. You just step away from the madness. Now, something I want to encourage you guys to do is when you are feeling like you're alone and you just feel stuck in that, you have to remember that we're designed to live in community. Human beings are connected beings, right? Whether it's family, it's friends, it's therapy, right? Or support groups, connection is what reminds us. That's why we like to get together and party. I mean, Jamaicans in particular, we just love a party, right? We just love to be, out and partying and doing the most, right? But that's one of the reasons why, because as humans, we crave connection. Okay, so that part of things is making sure that, especially when you're feeling isolated, that you don't stay in that. One of the things that I did when I was in Canada, I actually went and found a women's group, like a women's networking group, and it was free to join, and they would have like meetups every other week or monthly or whatever it was, but it just allowed me time to connect with other people. So even though they started out as strangers, it helped me to get out of my head. It helped me to get out of my head and to connect with other people. So you want to maybe try that if you're feeling like you're by yourself. Sometimes get out of your regular circle. They have lots of different kind of clubs and even charity organizations, community service. Sometimes you'd be surprised. Go clean up a beach if you live in Jamaica. You never know who you might find that you can connect with and create relationship with. Thank you for my gift. I'm getting my gift. Thank you. High five Jamaica. Thank you for my rose. I appreciate it. All right. So we know that you're never truly alone. We know that nobody not coming to save you. And we also know that isolation is an illusion and that you are resilient and that every problem that you face in your life is just to get your resilience bones exercised. It's just a way to get action going because action is the antidote. If you sit there wallowing, Lord Jesus times, I me not have no money, me not have no job, me not have no man, me not have no this, me not have no that, then that's all you're gonna get. You're gonna get more of the wallowing. So you have to put some action in place because action is the antidote. Action is the antidote to the isolation that you're feeling. And ultimately, at the heart of today's tea time message, intention without action is just hype. When you see people talking about, oh, I'm over here doing my manifestation and I'm writing my things and I'm setting affirmations. You're setting affirmations, but you're not doing anything. I mean, come on now. Whose life is that? Right? Intention without action is just hype. So too often we're trying to wait for the perfect timing, right? For somebody else to come and to validate us, right? Somebody else to come and to show us that, hey, this is the path that you need to take. Let me hold your hand. You're not always going to have somebody to hold your hand. So you have to act. You have to act regardless of whether or not someone is there to act with you. And action also helps you to move away from the disappointment because I think what happened when I was in Canada and just going through the pain of the cancer and the pain of the separation and my daughter sick and everything. I think what helped me was being able to take those action steps, right? Being able to take those action steps so that I can move my life along, move things along. And by being in action, I'm now able to see a result, to see the possibility, to see that I'm the person that is standing for myself, that is standing for my child. It's the doing, it's the action, it's the movement that is actually shifting the energy. So when you stop expecting somebody else to do it for you and you take just one single bold step, then you're telling the universe, yes, I'm ready. I believe in myself enough to try. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to share with you guys an acronym. I love acronyms. I love things that are easy to remember so that you can go on with your day and you can use this to help you. I also have my intention cards. I have my affirmation cards, guys, that I'm going to use to pull an intention. And what I want you to do is I want you to remember that when you feel isolated, when you feel alone, when you have just those challenging thoughts and feelings and moments that, you know, you just wish somebody would come and save you. When you're in that thing and it just feels hard. When you're in those experiences, you want to try to remember to keep calm. Literally, the acronym is CALM. CALM. So the first thing is connect, reach out, even when it feels hard. Talk to a friend, join a support group, hold up your hand, say you need support. Talk to somebody. One of the hardest things is for people to do is for people to ask somebody for some kind of support. Sometimes people afraid to ask people for money. And I'm like, well, don't ask for the money. Ask for what the money is going to get you. If it's a meal, like when I was on my low, I've asked friends, take me supermarket shopping. Like, I don't want cash. Just take me supermarket shopping, because then that way they know that, okay, this is what I'm supporting. Right? So I've done that before. I've asked a friend, take me supermarket shopping, please, because it's a rough month. Even if I have to pay them back, I don't get my pay yet, whatever. I've been through some really rough times. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, it hasn't always been easy, guys. Like, the reason why I'm doing this stuff on a Saturday morning is because I've been through the ringer. I've been through. So first thing is C, which is calm. So you connect, reach out. The second letter is A, acknowledge. So don't shame your feelings, name them. If it's loneliness you're feeling, say, yep, I recognize that I'm feeling lonely. If it's frustration that you're feeling, yes, I feel frustrated. If you're disappointed, yes, you're disappointed. All of those things, the feelings that you're having, you need to acknowledge them because they are part of the human experience. Then L is for let go. Release the expectation that someone else is going to fix it. Release the expectation. Your dream, your life is your responsibility. Let me say that again. Your dream, your life is your responsibility. So you have to let go of the expectation of other people. And sometimes you got to let go of the other people. And then the last letter in calm is M. And M stands for move. Move yourself into action. Take one small intentional step forward. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Too many times we sit and we wait for things to be perfect. Oh my gosh, look at this card. This is the perfect card. This is the perfect card, guys. Look how I just pulled the card. The card says, I embody boldness. That's the intention. The intention is, I embody boldness. And the affirmation says, I take purpose-filled action towards the things that are in my best interest and in the best interest of others, even when it may not be easy to do so. I take purpose-filled action towards the things I want, despite what's happening. So you have to embody boldness. So, guys, I'm so grateful for you joining Tea Time today. Thank you so much. Remember that when you feel isolated or when you feel disappointed, that you feel like you're by yourself, just remember to keep calm. Do not wallow in despair. And calm stands for connect. Reach out to somebody even when it feels hard. A, acknowledge. Acknowledge your feelings. Don't shame them. L, let go. Release the expectation that somebody else is coming to save you, somebody else is coming to fix it. And M, move. Take one small intentional step forward so that you can start creating the life of your dreams. You are not alone. You are not weak for needing support. You are not wrong for being disappointed. And most importantly, you are powerful beyond measure. So come back on Saturday mornings for tea time, guys. I'm here live on YouTube and live on TikTok. I love my fans. I love my community. Drop a gift if you're joining me on TikTok. I think YouTube give gifts too. And share with your friends to come and hang out with us, have a cup of tea, pull an intention card, and talk all the things so that we can live the life that we desire. We can enjoy our lives. Life is to be loved and to be lived with enjoyment. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. All right, guys. So this is Stacy. Take care. See you next time on Tea Time. Bye. Bye bye. Bye, guys. Enjoy your tea.